Hello everyone. First of all, sorry that I didn't make a video sooner. Unfortunately, I caught a pretty bad cold in Sweden, and so I was sick for the last week. But now I'm better, and so I thought I would make a bit of a recap for the WCS Europe Finals. And yeah, first of all, before the event, we got unusually good information about the event. We got a PDF file with the rules sent by mail. We got a PDF file with information about Sweden in general, like they even told us like the currency exchange rates, information where the venue is and like the surroundings of the venue. We got information like about the schedule, like when is what, and like we even got told like that we get picked up at the airport, like when there is food and what food even, and so yes, I think actually that was the best info sheets I've gotten so far in StarCraft. Not like that itself wouldn't mean so much because generally, like usually it's more like you go on Team Liquid and see and like you hope that the tournament organizer posted a schedule on Team Liquid, but like actually it's oftentimes very hard to find out more than like a day or two in advance what the actual schedule will be and when you have to be there and when you have to do what and such. But here it was very different. We got a lot of information beforehand and like a couple of days actually, and not just like the evening before. And so yeah, that was really good. Then the travel was very smooth. I personally I live in Bavaria near Nuremberg, and so I just took a train to Munich and took a direct flight to Stockholm. No problems there. In Stockholm, I at the how do you say, like the exit. At the exit, someone from WCS, someone from DreamHack, like greeted me and led me to a bar or something where Zictomini, Lowly, Tasteless, and Artosis were waiting because they put like always like 4 to 6 people together in one shuttle, and so they had to wait for me until I was there, and so we took the shuttle together. Tasteless was already having his first beer, even though it was only like I think 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. Anyway, I also thought it was a very good idea that they pick up players with a shuttle, because if every single player has to pay for a taxi, that would actually be very expensive. It was like around 45 minutes to an hour to the venue from the airport, and yeah, usually you just have to like get a taxi, and I've paid like 50 euros for a taxi before. For example, in Sao Paulo for IEM, I paid 50 euro for the taxi 2 times. And yeah, so I was very I mean, like, I can send in the receipts to my team, but still, I mean, someone has to pay for it in the end, and it would be much more efficient if more tournament organizers would pick up players at the airport. Also makes like the whole orientation easier. You don't have to like find out, like, you can make mistakes basically. um then I got there. I just put my luggage in the hotel room and went down to the hotel bar to see who else is there already. And like someone from Blizzard greeted me, and they immediately asked me whether I want something to drink, which surprised me too, because usually like you just like go to the venue the next day after arriving and then figure out what's going on. But there were already like a lot of Blizzard people there, people from like coverage sites and such, and like the Blizzard guy, I'm actually I'm not sure who it was. I think he was like community management for Europe or something. He was from France, and he just bought me a drink, and I talked a bit to to them and like some people from a coverage site. Um, then next, I think like an hour or two later, everyone met at I think it was 8 p.m. Everyone met in the hotel lobby, and the Hellspawn, he is the tournament director or whatever you call that from DreamHack, and Vanek, or I'm not sure, Mark Olbert, he is the esports like head for Europe. We got a tour through the venue from them, and an admin went with us through all the rules again, and there was like some things unclear, and we talked about that. We were told like the schedule, where we have to do what. Like, we were shown the players area, we were shown like the area where there was Heart of the Swarm, and how to say, autograph table and such. So they showed us everything, and they showed us like the big hall, obviously, which was very nice, even when it was empty. And yeah, like that's also pretty unusual. Like I don't remember the last time I was at a tournament where we were really like shown everything before and like went through the schedule again, went through the rules and such, whether something was unclear. Afterwards, we went to have dinner in the restaurant at the hotel. Also, Blizzard paid for the dinner. We got shrimp cocktail and steak, which was very good. I mean, maybe some vegetarians were there who weren't so happy, but I was very happy. I thought it was a really good dinner. And then again, like that's something you rarely get from tournaments, that they even give you a nice dinner the evening before. I stayed around for a while, but actually I was fairly tired, so I went to bed rather soon. I was in a room with Kras. I talked to him a bit about his. I gave him some tips against Bly. Well, not many, but I just talked with him a little bit, and yeah, then I went to sleep. Next morning, I had breakfast. Others complained about the breakfast. I liked it quite a lot because they had paprika, which is pepper in English. Sorry, like the big red, green, or yellow things. I think you call them pepper in English. German is paprika. I always get confused with that. Anyway, I had breakfast, and then at 10:30, very human time in my opinion. Oftentimes you have to be there way earlier, like at 8 or so, which is not my thing, to be honest. We met again in the lobby. Everyone went together to the venue. Like we were shown the players area, and then we had time to set up our computers. And then like players just got like picked out randomly, and we had to do some like photos for Blizzard that were also used for the tournament, I think. Then like at 1 and 2, like the matches started. First match of me was against Siktomini. I was actually very confident because I played him on my LLL Smurf on ladder some time ago, and he played like 2-base Spire, but he built Corruptors, and then he went to Roach, and then he went for like some kind of weird like Roach Corruptor, but I think it's just not very good. First 2 games I had very low FPS, which was because I had a virtual sync on, no, vertical sync, not virtual, vertical sync, which I always have on at home. But the problem was like the screens there were different than obviously than I used the one I use at home. So I had low FPS because I had that on, and it took a long time. We changed out my computer, my screen after the second game, and like it still wasn't fixed because I just like the last game it felt even worse, and like you can't micro with like low FPS. And then it got fixed. I won. Then I lost against Lucifron. First game was a bit unlucky. Second game I 7-pulled him, hoping he would go command center first, which he likes to do, and it didn't work. Then I had 2 fairly close games, especially the first one against Grubby in the loser bracket, but then I was out. Well, I guess I didn't do much worse or better than the other Germans, but I was definitely, I had hope for more, but yeah, what can you do? Afterwards I was a bit depressed and sad, obviously. I don't know exactly what I did. I didn't feel like watching. I think I talked a bit to Soke and Hasu, then went to the hotel room. I took like a nap or so, and in the evening I think I went to the venue again. They always had food for the players there. Like there was like an area behind the players area, like where we sat to play, where we could always get something to drink. And they had coffee, tea, and also like water and like fruit juice or something. And they had like a warm meal twice a day, which I thought was very nice. So we didn't have like to go out of the venue and search for food or like buy something in the venue, because I personally forgot to exchange money, so I didn't have Swedish crowns the whole time, but I didn't need it, and I thought that was actually very convenient. Then like evening of the second day, after I was a bit less sad, I went down to the lobby where like Hasu, Soke, Nama, Titan were sitting, and then later more and more people came. Whitera came, and he brought 2 bottles of vodka from Ukraine. And he was telling us that the 3rd bottle got taken away in the airport, because apparently you can only bring 2 bottles of liquor into the country. And yeah, he gave vodka to everyone. It was quite strong, but it was good. And yeah, we just talked, and Whiter was telling us like a very long story about, I think he wanted to buy a car in Germany or something like that, and like he thought it would be way cheaper in Germany to buy it here, but then like somehow he got a bit tricked or something, and then it ended up being like the same as buying it in the Ukraine, and it didn't really pay off. I didn't get the whole story. Like it was full of like random numbers, and like it was very confusing, but it was kind of funny because he was like heatedly telling us about it, and I can't really recall everything because I was very confused, and the other ones were too. But it's always very funny when Whiter tells stories. Um, and then Hasu actually told me a very good story. I think Happy was playing, I think it was Titan or Soke in the loser bracket, and I'm not sure whether you have seen Happy play before, but I think like when he is under stress or when he micros, I'm not really sure whether it's stress, but like when he is like very tense, like in a micro situation, for example, when he micros Bio against Zealots, or like his Marines against Zerglings at the beginning, he does like he's like he opens his mouth really wide. I can't even do that myself, and like he's like eating the Zerglings or so, and so he's like and like he's like microing, but at the same time like he's chewing super hard. And apparently in one of the games, like he saw an observer, like the blur, and then he went with his Marines there, and then he did like and then he ate the observer and scanned, and I don't know, like I was laughing for like minutes. I thought it was hilarious. So if you ever go to a live event, you should definitely see him play. Like he has super good micro, and I don't know, like the chewing together with the micro, it's just super funny. I don't know, I like him. Yeah, other than that, there wasn't so much on that day. I don't remember. Actually, we were sitting till like 3 a.m. in the lobby, but I don't really remember exactly what else we talked about. I guess it was like a lot of random stuff. Um, yeah, so like, I mean, maybe there were some more good stories, but I honestly forgot about it. And the next day, I think I woke up. I woke up quite early, actually. Like I fell asleep at like 4 a.m. But I wanted to have breakfast because in the night I was already hungry, and I had drank a bit, and then I woke up at like, I think like 10 or so. Yeah, it was, yeah, Sunday. I woke up at like 10 or so. I went to have breakfast quickly, um, and then I think I just went back to bed for a bit because I was actually a bit tired. I went back to bed a bit more. Then I got up, I don't know, like around 11:30. I went to the venue. Just wanted to practice a bit because I haven't been able to practice that much lately. So I thought I would just use my time to practice. But then I was told that the people who are out can't play anymore. Well, then I first was confused. Then I was told that we actually can play. So I sat in the heart of the swarm area actually, and I just played like normal StarCraft. Played for a while, but actually then I got very tired. So, and I noticed maybe I should have slept more, and I went back to the hotel and actually like slept for like 2-3 hours more in the afternoon. But which was good though. Afterwards I felt better. I went back to the venue, and I just watched a bit, and with Soke and Hasu, and then like on one side it's nice to watch there because like it was very nice, and I'm not sure whether it was visible on stream, but there were actually quite a lot of people. They were kind of spread out in the whole venue because like people like often sat like in small crowds together, but in general there were really a lot of people. Like when after or before the games there were like a lot of people streaming in and out of the entrance and such. So it was I think it was really nice that a lot of people came, but it was also very loud, and so Hasu, Soke and me, we just went to their hotel room, and we just watched online, and we watched like like random YouTube videos, and Soke wanted to play Dota, but his laptop crashed, and yeah, we watched, what did we watch? We watched like Command and Conquer. I don't know why we watched Command and Conquer intro movies, but for some reason we thought it would be funny to watch Command and Conquer videos and stuff like that. Then after everything was over, yeah, there was this after party. That was the only thing that I really didn't like. It was yeah, it was like it was already like 1 a.m. or 12:30, very late. Well, I guess not that late. But anyway, everyone went together because most people didn't know where it was. and we got like tickets for free drinks, and then we like it was like in the old like slaughterhouse district of Stockholm. I'm not sure, maybe there's still slaughterhouses there, but like most of the former slaughterhouses seem to be in use for other things. And the club was called Slagthus, which is I guess Swedish for slaughterhouse. And yeah, it looked a bit like that, like the where you gave like your jacket, like the wardrobe or whatever you call it. It was like the room where they previously probably had like the pigs hanging and such, and it looked like that too. And not that they used like hooks or something for the jackets. They used like the normal ones, things you put jackets on, but yeah, they had like skeletons on, like painted on the walls and with red and such. Not that I thought that was like a big problem. It was a bit like weird, but anyway, it was very very loud inside. Like you couldn't talk to people, and it was like actually like too loud. Like not just like that you couldn't talk to people, but it was like I don't know, like if it's at some point it just gets too loud, and it was quite small, and then I heard that with the things we could get drinks with, we could only get gin tonic, which I don't like that much, and so I was like there for like 3-4 minutes. I walked around one time, and then I was like Hasu and me wanted to like get a drink, and then I was thinking that actually why am I here? I can't even talk to people. I mean the music, it's not that great. It was okay. It was extremely loud, and the only way where it's not so loud was outside, where it was very cold. And then I was like, "Fuck that!" And I just gave Hasu my free drink tickets and left after like 4 or 5 minutes. And just went back alone to the hotel, and yeah, I think I just stayed up a bit more, and then I slept. Next morning, I had a really bad cold, and yeah, like I don't know, I don't even remember what I did. I think I had breakfast, then I went back to bed, and then I kinda got up, I packed my stuff, checked out, and then I was like lying in like the very comfortable armchairs in the hotel lobby for like 3 hours or so, and I really felt like shit, and I didn't feel like getting up. Yeah, I just like played like a game on my cell phone, and I did a video with the guys from it's Gaming Inside DE. I think it was an English interview though, so if you are curious about that, I think they probably have that online. Yeah, and then at like, I think, when was it? I think around like 2 or so, like the shuttle like that we had brought me back to the airport. Well, unfortunately I didn't have crowns, so I just like I checked in, went through security, and then once I was inside, I was thinking that I actually should like find a pharmacy to get something like ibuprofen or so, because I really felt super tired, and I still needed to like fly and then take a train home. But then I got told there's no pharmacy inside the gate zone, so yeah, I just actually then I got some Swedish crowns to get some food, which made it better. They had very good chocolate muffins in there, and yeah, and I just took the flight. And then the train, and then I was very glad when I was back home. And yeah, then like the last week I haven't been doing much. I was like too tired and such to practice or do anything. Like that's well also why I haven't done a video yet. So yeah, overall it was like organization wise it was a very nice event. Obviously I was a bit disappointed about not doing that good, but yeah, I mean what can you do? And yeah, I really hope that Blizzard will do another WCS in 2013, because so far it's really like the best organized tourney series I've played in, and like the players really like you really feel like they try to like make it good for you, and that's not an impression you actually get that often when you go to tournaments. Like oftentimes it seems more like that's not the case, and yeah, like so I'm really thankful to Blizzard for that. And yeah, it was really a good event, despite like having pretty bad results, to be honest. Yeah, that's it for WCS. If you like this format, please tell me. If you don't like it, you can tell me also. I was planning to always make like a preview and a recap of events I go to. But like if like one of those two is not all too great or something, like you can really tell me, and then I would just talk about something else, I guess. Please also subscribe to my channel if you like my videos. And yeah, the next days I will be posting more videos again now that I feel better. If you have any suggestions for topics or questions to me, please post in the thread on Team Liquid. Yeah, the thread is probably hard to find right now because it's quite far down in the list of threads because I haven't posted in a long time. But yeah, please post on Team Liquid. If you don't have an account there and don't want to make one, you can also post on YouTube, but generally it's better if you post there because then I have all like the suggestions and all questions in one place. I'm not sure what I will talk tomorrow, but that's it for today. Good night, guys.